So the standard's been out since 2013, and I've been associated with it since then and before then. I've had the luxury of being a consultant to many organizations who are trying to implement the standard. And my observation is, and it's not just my observation, it's the observation of many other people who have been trying to do the same thing, is that the standard's gone off the rails a bit. And the reason for that, I think, is that we kind of miss the general intention of the standard, the general purpose as it was originally conceived in 2009 when I first proposed the thing. I say that when my original intention was in proposing the standard was that it should be a social standard. And by that I meant that the standard should be directed toward improving conduct in the workplace, so that it didn't create mental injury, and that mental injury would then not be transferred out into families and communities and society at large as a social cost. So the purpose was to think about the workplace as a determinant of population health. Now that story, that narrative has been kind of lost over the years. So I'm trying to resurrect it. I'm trying to say, we're not just thinking about doing the standard for the benefit of employers. We are, but that's only half the story. The other half of the story is that we're doing it for the benefit of society, or we ought to be. So that takes me to the second part of my crusade, if you will, which is to ask us to think again about the possibility of regulating the standard. Standard basically asks us to assess and address risks to mental health that arise from the way work's organized and people are managed. The assessment part means basically looking for environments or situations in the workplace that can give rise to mental injury. So I think that's the part that could be regulated. There is precedent for that in other countries, particularly the UK. So by regulating it, it would mean that employers have to do it, basically. I mean, it's been done as a voluntary standard up until now. The problem is that although it's had tremendous uptake in terms of numbers, the understanding of it has not come along with that. And the other thing is that the standard can be put aside at the whim of a new CEO coming in. That wouldn't happen if it was regulated.